Shamanism is practiced in many different forms around the world. In this video series, I look for the things that they have in common. I want to understand their basic view of the world, their way of thinking about life, and the different practices and rituals that they use to keep things in balance. Culture affects all of this, but at the end of the day, it's all about the same thing. We see ourselves and our group as part of nature, and we act in a way that is in harmony with it. This is just a way of looking at how people think. Find out who you are and live your life according to that. This way you can have a fulfilling life both on your own and with other people. It is important not to stray too far from nature, including your own, as this can be bad for your health. If you become ill, it's a sign to reconnect with nature, for example by spending time with animals. We talked about this in the last episode. Shamanism is often about communicating with spiritual beings, performing rituals and healing oneself mentally and physically. The four classical elements, fire, earth, water and air, play a central role in this. They are energies that represent not only physical things, but also various aspects of life and nature. They are also important for healing, growth and transformation, which can be achieved with the help of shamanic practices. These elements are not only physical manifestations, but also symbolic representations of important aspects of life and nature, and thus indispensable tools of shamanic work. In traditional Chinese medicine, the four elements are used together to promote a balance between the physical and spiritual aspects of life. A typical shamanic ritual might include lighting a fire, which stands for transformation, bringing in water, which represents purification, breathing fresh air, which fosters communication, and working with earth, which brings stability. Each element has its own characteristics and meanings. These enable the shaman to address the different aspects of life. The fire element marks the beginning, so let's take a look at what kind of beginning that is. In shamanism, fire is seen as a symbol of transformation and energy. It stands for passion, creativity, and the light of consciousness. Shamans use fire in rituals to purify energies or establish connections with spiritual beings. Lighting a fire can also be seen as a way of calling upon the spiritual world or offering something to it, with the fire acting as a medium for sending messages. Fire symbolizes the great transformation of humankind. It plays a prominent role in many ways. The moment humans learned to control fire, their development accelerated rapidly. Being able to take fire back to their caves significantly improved their quality of life, as it created a space that protected them from the winter cold. It also improved their health and extended their lifespan by keeping predators away. After frequent bushfires in the African savanna, people found that some roots in the ground were almost burned to ashes, but they were also really tasty and nutritious. Experimenting with different plants soon showed that foods that had not been easy to digest could suddenly be eaten. Some people think that fire took over the part of the digestive process that was difficult for humans. It also made perishable food last longer, or made preservable but hard to digest food edible. All of a sudden it was worth collecting food that didn't spoil as quickly but could now be made edible by fire. Mentally, this went hand in hand with the development of forward thinking and corresponding action. The realization that they could survive the winter well triggered the desire to make sure they could. The best way to do this was to stock up on everything they needed on warm days already. But it also had a social effect, as it extended the hours of daylight. This created the opportunity to spend more time together in the evenings and to communicate. Language development accelerated with the mastery of fire. Productive activities that had previously occupied people during the day could no longer be continued in the evening. Now, fire created the opportunity for people to converse and exchange ideas instead. This was probably the origin of stories, fantasies, and spirituality, as well as gossip. A study of the Bushmen in the Kalahari Desert revealed that the topics of conversation vary significantly depending on the time of day. Only 6% of daytime conversations revolve around stories. In contrast, 81% of all evening conversations around the fire are about storytelling. Finally, I would like to mention that fire promotes the release of oxytocin. This hormone is responsible for a sense of community. That is why campfires are still so popular today. Cooking potatoes in foil over the fire with friends and family while enjoying the evening and telling stories just makes sense. Many books have been written about human evolution. American literary scholar Jonathan Gottschall chose a special approach for his book. It is called The Storytelling Animal: How Stories Make Us Human. So, in addition to its physical properties, fire has many other important characteristics. It is good for our health, for society, for intelligence, and for spirituality. Fire represents summer, growth, and passion. So we can say that the element and its essence can be assigned to the south of the medicine wheel. Fire stands for life, love, and laughter. Fire is bright, hot, and dry. It is full of energy, passion, joy, and dynamism. It helps us to get things done, to make things happen, and to turn our ideas into reality. It strives upwards, from matter to spirit, from earth to heaven. The result is transformation and love. But of course, the earth, or the energy of this element, is also important in shamanism. Earth is the common denominator of all life. It indicates its material side and physical dimension. It is also a fundamental element that provides stability, nourishment, and a physical connection to the world. Everything that exists on Earth depends on it. So it's important to connect with it and also to make friends with it. This is an idea that is all about the environment, and it was around long before the word ecology was used. Before a shaman performs a ritual, ceremony, or healing, he connects with the earth to make himself and those under his protection feel safe and secure. The aspect of grounding is thus rooted in ancient tradition. The earth not only provides us with stability, but also with nourishment. We express our gratitude through offerings. Planting a tree or using a plant during a ceremony symbolizes the desire for a good life and a strong connection to the earth. Let us also not forget that the deceased are buried in the earth. At Christian funerals, people say earth to earth. Earth rituals and journeys to the underworld offer the opportunity to pay respect to ancestors and ask them for advice. In many shamanic traditions, the earth also plays an important role as a healing agent. Contact with the earth, whether by walking barefoot or touching the earth, can have a healing effect. Such practices can help to release energetic blockages and restore a sense of harmony. Earth symbols such as stones and sand are used in rituals as a constant reminder of the presence of the earth and to deepen our relationship with it. Overall, in shamanism, the earth is not just a material element. It symbolizes our connection to life itself, as well as to the community and our ancestors. The essence of the earth stands for fertility, life, and growth. The earth provides the foundation and structure for all life. Earth energy promotes realism, stability, and pragmatism. It provides comfort and security. Mother Earth nourishes and allows us to grow and mature. The essence of the earth provides stability, security, and strength. We can already see that all elements are essential for life and none of them should be removed. The next issue of the Shaman Spirit series will focus on water and air.